So, hello guys, part 3 is now upon us, and in today's video, I'm gonna talk about some few sections on the settings icon. So before we start, let me just change this to light theme. So we're gonna talk about some few sections on these settings icon. So we already talked about the general settings tab, this one. So if you have not seen that video, it's the one that is being displayed in the card above. And also we talked about how to customize, how we came up to with this blue theme, everything. We talked about it on the previous video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the payment section, and also we're going to talk about the SMS Gateway section and on the notification section. Those are the areas that we're going to touch on in today's video. So let's get started. So first, before we start, we'll start with the SMS. I said when creating an account, you normally have 2 SMS balance normally pre-charged in your account. And how do you top up this SMS balance? It's quite a simple procedure. You can just click here. Here, there's a tab to top up your SMS. Just click here the amount of SMSs that you need to top up. Paste here your phone number, then click submit. So if you are in Kenya, you'll actually receive an STK push from Safaricom prompting you to now input your M-Pesa PIN, so that now the amount that you have set will be deducted from your M-Pesa and then will be credited as SMS in your dashboard. So that's how you top up SMS. But if that comes default, if you're using the Centipid SMS Gateway, so as you can, if you are to click here on the SMS Gateway, it normally comes default Centipid SMS Gateway. And by using the default SMS Gateway, there's some few benefits you get. You can enable this, so you'll receive an SMS alert. Let's say when the SMS balance threshold is certain amount. So if it's below like 10 shillings, you'll receive an SMS, and here's where you specify the number to receive the SMS of SMS notification balance. But if you want to use your own SMS gateway, we have majority of the SMS gateway already integrated in our system. And for this example, I will use the SMS gateway that I normally use. That's Bytewave. So I'll have to check for Bytewave SMS. So this is Bytewave. So for Bytewave SMS, if I choose the Bytewave SMS gateway, I'll be prompted actually to input my API token and my sender ID. So I'll have to log into my Bytewave panel. So this is my Bytewave panel. That's how the Bytewave, so it normally varies from account to account. So it normally varies. So through my Bytewave SMS, I'll have to come and get now my API token and my sender ID. So how do I get it? So I'll just come here to dashboard and navigate to developers over here, and I'll have just to copy this API token. You see this API token is the one that I will copy. Just click this button to copy. Then I'll come and paste this API token over here. So upon pasting my API token, here I'll be prompted now to set my sender ID. So that's Waveco. I'll send here I'll just type here. This is Waveco. It's normally Waveco. And then I'll just click to save the changes. That's easy. That's how you integrate other SMS providers into Centipede. A very easy process. Just go, copy the API token, and then from either your provider, the provider you are using, it might be Mobitech, Taifa Mobile, Text SMS, Hot Pinnacle. It will depend with the SMS provider that you're using. But for my case, I normally use Bytewave. Just go for, I'm just showing this example for Bytewave. Just come to Bytewave, copy the API token, then come and paste it over here, and then send to your sender ID, and you are good to go with the SMSs. So when you use a custom SMS, you'll see here, it normally changes. So this one normally reflects what you are actually seeing over here. it will actually reflect what you are seeing here. As you can see, it normally reflects here. So it will show you the number of clients, and this one is the one that will be displayed on this section. So that's on the SMS. That's when we are talking about the SMS Gateway section. Now, before we go to payments, let's talk about notifications. So there's a variety of notifications here you can edit in our system. Let's start with the MikroTik status notification. If you need to be receiving constant updates, let's say an example, we have not yet integrated our MikroTik, but if you need to be constantly receiving feedback about your MikroTik, if it's offline, if it's online, if it was offline, then it comes online. If you need to be receiving those notifications, just enable this section. It normally comes enabled as when you create an account, but if you don't want to be receiving those notifications, you can come and disable it over here. Here it's actually prompt you to set now the notification phone number, so the number that will be sent the notifications to. So if you don't specify this number, it will actually be sent to the admin's phone number. So you can specify this number here. Let me just choose this one. So let's talk about now on the notification. You can also, if you don't want to use notification phone number, you can use for email. So here I can specify if I need which email to be sent the notifications, and the notification sent by email normally looks like this. So this is how the notification is normally sent via email. Like this one is an issue resolved. So my MikroTik was down for 34 minutes when I was doing a network update. And when the MikroTik came up, I actually received a notification saying it's back online. It's normally green when it's online, when it's back online, and normally red when the MikroTik is offline. That's on if you're using now, if you have enabled notification via email. Let's talk about payment confirmation. This payment confirmation upon a client paying a hotspot package, or it's a hotspot user. So you can edit these messages over here. It normally comes with the default dear. This at username means this is a variable. It can change regardless on the account. This is a variable. So any place you need to use variables, you can just specify. So like for the default one, it comes dear username, you have successfully subscribed, another variable, the package name variable. Your subscription will expire. This is another variable. It will pick the expiry date for that package. And your username and password, also these username and password are also variables. So here is where you specify that. Also, you can also edit the send payment SMS for PPPoE upon activation, upon payment, sorry for that. And this is the default message. So if you don't need this SMS to be sent, you can just disable here and here. Also, the same applies for expiry notification, and send expiry notification for, let's say, a hotspot client, and send expiry notification for an example, a PPPoE user. Expiry reminders, you can set expiry reminder. So for my case, I normally like to disable these. There's no need to send a PPPoE, a hotspot user reminder. But if you need it, you can also still keep it. Then we also have email subscription. So if you need those clients to be sent email addresses before subscription or after, you can just enable this section. But because most of the users do not actually even view their email, I normally just leave it disabled. Then I can just click save changes over here, and my changes will be automatically applied. That's the beauty of Centipid. Now let's talk about the payment section. Here is the payment section. Here's where we'll spend a quite number of times because we need to explain section by section which each payment gateway does. So on the payment gateway, this is where you integrate how you want Centipid to send the cash that it has automated for you. Let's say a hotspot user has paid. Where do you want Centipid to actually give you the cash? Where do you want Centipid to actually send the cash to? This one applies on the payment gateway. For this, because this is a detail, I have to go on the details part of this payment gateway. I'll actually create another video dedicated on payment gateway. That is upcoming in the next part 4 of this series. Don't forget to subscribe and share the channel to all your friends. Till next time, guys. Adios.